And first off, congratulations for making it here because you're going to be learning a lot here today. Actually, I'm going to walk you through one of my stores and I'm going to show you right now what time is it. It's currently almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Right over here, it's 12:50 a.m., June 14th, 2017. And I'm going to be letting you know right now what we've been doing in our particular store to pretty much make it work. We're actually going to be teaching you a lot of different things in this really long video. This is going to be a very, very long training series. I want you to check this out, okay? So since, I don't remember when we started this store or actually started advertising on this store. I'm gonna click March. Today's June 14th. So I wanna get an exact date. Oh, okay, so March, so I guess a little bit past March. So February perhaps. But anyway, from March 1st to June 14th, as you can tell, we scaled it up dramatically. So we started to get a lot of sales, actually. We ended up doing around $250,000, I think, in just 60 days. So if we take June 14th, let me just kind of show you this right here. June 14th, and we go around last month and then April 14th, okay? We've done April 14th till June 14th, right over here. We've done around, in 60 days, around $240,730.98 with our store. And the profit margin is anywhere from a day-to-day basis. It can range from 30 up to 46%, depending how much we pay for traffic, of course, and depending on how much we actually are spending on traffic, really depends on our ROI. However, we're making a lot more money because we're not following the traditional methods that are being taught right now. We're going out there and doing something a little bit different, and this is exactly what this training is all about. What's working in 2017 right now for Shopify drop shippers as well. If you want to get involved, even if you're not drop shipping, if you're white labeling, private labeling, whatever you want to call it, right? This is something you want to be involved with. So this is a mock funnel that I created just for example purposes to show you what we're doing that's different from everybody else. All right, take a look at over here. And what we're gonna go ahead and do is the $8.95, it's already there. That's why I started off the funnel. It automatically populates with the product that you choose when you choose it. So what we would do is we'd have our hook product in, as you can tell, $8.95 for the particular hook right here. Now, if they were to go ahead and purchase this particular product, I wanna take them to a keyboard. So if they go ahead and say, yeah, we wanna go ahead and buy this product, they're actually gonna be taken to an upsell page for this keyboard at $49.99. However, if they deny going out there and pretty much purchasing this DG sponsored mouse, what we're actually going to do is if they say no, we're going to take them to another mouse, but it's going to be $35. And if they say yes to it, what we're going to do at that point is we're actually going to go ahead and take them to checkout. Now, actually, let me just kind of zoom out a little bit because I just accidentally zoomed in way too much. So we're going to take them to checkout if they say yes. And then if they say no, we're gonna take them back to a specific URL, perhaps another funnel. What we do is we actually funnel bounce. So basically we have one funnel. If they go all the way through and they say no, we start them off in a new funnel, but we also will take them to a page, a blog post, if they do say no, to get more pre-sale and to make sure we get a pixel. Now, another thing that we're actually going out there and doing is if they say yes, obviously, if they add both them to the cart, what we're going is taking them to checkout. And again, if they say no, we're still taking them to a URL or the checkout still, depending on how far you want to go into your funnel. So they added that product to cart. If they say yes, you want to go ahead and make sure they're hitting checkout. So this is stuff that we're going to teach later on in this video, but I'm just showing you right now what's working. So I'm going to click preview just to show you how it would go. And it would say, yes, add this to my order if they wanted to go ahead and add it to their order. And then what you can do is you have your upsells as you want. And then yes, add this to my order again. And it takes them to the checkout with both products in the checkout. And it goes right over here where they need to enter their information. So this is kind of how we're differentiating ourselves and making a lot more money than everybody else is. And this is just one of my stores, given the fact that we're following this very minimal spend as well. Now, like I said, the product cost and ad spend, we're at anywhere from 30 up to 46% profit margins per day. 46% is pretty much the max that we've been able to hit so far with profit margins on a single day. However, when we're doing $7,000, $8,000 a day, almost half of that profit is pretty decent, right? So again, stick with me throughout this entire series. You're gonna learn exactly how to do this, where to get tri-funnels, where to get the apps that we're using when it comes to email marketing as well. There's a lot of different stuff here that is in play that you need to be using right now in 2017 to make sure that you're actually profitable with your business. And it's very important you're watching this video because, as you know, I provide some incredible information to everybody. I've helped hundreds and thousands of people make their first dollar, and hundreds of people go out there and make six figures every single month or six figures every single year as well. So again, if you're ready for this, let's dive right in. We're gonna start from the top. which is an overview of the system, and you will be able to get a checklist of this as well. Any links that I talk about, anything that you can possibly need is in the description. The checklist we're gonna be talking about right in the upcoming video, it's gonna be in the description for you to go ahead and download as well. So again, without me talking anymore, let's dive into the meat and potatoes, the content, and let's start with the overview. Download the checklist, and we'll also tell you how to get tri-funnels at a discounted price just for you right now if you stick to the end of this video. So again, without any further ado, I'll catch you in literally just a few seconds.
All right, so the first thing we're actually going to be talking about right now is this entire overview checklist that you're going to be able to go ahead and download as well. And it literally covers everything. So we talk about research, and once you find a good niche or product, building your store, the apps that are needed, and the Facebook strategy that we're going to be using, and what happens if you have no sales, some sales, or you're profitable. So it's an entire, and I mean literally an outline of exactly what we've been doing. And if you look down in the description below, you can actually download this 100% for free, and you can check it off as you go one by one, just like we're gonna be doing. However, for the sake of this video, to do every single thing perfectly, and I know a lot of people are gonna try to do everything perfectly, it'll take you a pretty decent amount of time, perhaps 3 to 5 hours for those of you that are brand new and have never ever created something like this. However, for those that are pretty much seasoned, you already know what you're doing, you're really going to want to take a look at the apps and the Facebook strategy as well. But because this is an A to Z video, I need to make sure we cover everything. So what we're going to start off with in the first is actually going out there and doing research on a niche. And then I'm going to go, or even a product as well, depending on what we find. And then I'm going to move on to actually creating the store and then having the apps that we need installed and just the whole 9 yards. So again, towards the end, you're going to see everything from us creating a funnel with tri-funnels to running a funnel-based ad on Facebook itself, and all the way to the beginning to actually going and doing our initial research. So again, let's go out there, let's start with the research, and let's just dive right into it right now. So when it comes down to research, I personally like to go out there and utilize, well, pretty much the biggest brands out there that will tell us what's selling the best for them, and hopefully they are multi-billion-dollar brands as well. So again, with that in our favor, we can use Amazon, we can use AliExpress, we can use eBay, and they're going to be able to go out there and tell us exactly if a product is viable enough for us to actually get into. So again, right now what I did was I just searched Amazon bestsellers, and you're going to be taken to a page exactly like this one you see right here. Now, the Amazon bestsellers list is pretty much bestsellers through every single type of department that you're going to see here. So toys and games, fidget spinners, okay, electronics over here, the Amazon Echo, cameras and photo, video games, books, etc. So everything in the bestsellers list is definitely something you want to go ahead and pretty much have on your potential list to actually sell if it works in AliExpress as well. But because of the fact that I know right now fidget spinners are doing incredibly well, and I'm also going to show you kind of little tricks that we can use to go out there and to see if we can tap into a market that might seem a little bit crowded. Because a lot of people say, well, Dan, well, what do you think about, fidget spinners, that the market might be too crowded or there's too much competition? And in my personal opinion, the more people that are in a space, the more people that keep coming into a space just means that the market is big enough and, well, pretty much anybody can profit no matter where. So I had the same problem when I was actually going out there and creating the gaming site. Was I thought, wow, too many people are in this already, and the people that are in this are making a lot of money. There's also new people coming in, and I decided, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go in and try it myself because let's see what happens. Next thing I knew, and the reality is, and I'm going to be very blatant with everybody, you don't need to have, millions of dollars to go out there and test. You just really need 2-3 products or 1 or 2 products that are doing a ton of volume. And once your Facebook pixel gets cooked, Facebook pretty much does everything for you at that point. So again, you can use Amazon bestsellers to see if your niche has popularity. So let's say, for example, we want it to be in fidget spinners, okay? You look around and say, wow, fidget spinners is on the rise. And again, I know a lot of people who've sold a lot of fidget spinners. You'd go to toys and games and take a look at the bestseller category and see how it's doing. Now, that's great. Amazon's probably selling a lot, but let's just actually go and take a look at another spot. Well, eBay, and I already did the searches, okay? So I went ahead and just searched fidget spinner. I searched this a few days back. I just want to refresh it. And over here, what I want to look at right away is this sold, okay? So everything here says sold, 310 sold, 188 sold, whatever. but I want to look at a buy it now, okay? So if we take a look at a buy it now, we can really go and take a look more than anything how many have been sold. So 706 sold of this one. And what we're going to actually be able to go out and do is see which ones are performing the best, at which price points, what type of style they are, etc. So this is going to be huge for us, okay? Absolutely huge for us because of the fact that we can actually go out there and let's click on the one that had 3,000 sales. I just saw one that had maybe 3,000 sales. Yes. Stress relief hand spinner and spinning fidget white. So over here we have 3,089 sold and 441 people watching. That means for every one person watching, we have around 7 people or so. So 7.2, 7.3 if the math is coming off of my head correctly. People that are purchasing. So for every one person watching, 7 people are purchasing, which is very, very good. And if you're paying attention to this outline that we have over here, a 1-to-1 ratio, what does that mean? For every one watcher, okay, one watcher, does it have at least one purchase? If it does, it's good to go. However, if you have one watcher, okay, let's go with 200 watchers, okay, and it ends up having 3 sales. That to me is not a good ratio. That to me tells me that there's a lot more people just browsing than actually purchasing. So this particular product, it tells me that a simple fidget spinner, white fidget spinner, okay, at $6 is selling very, very, very well to people that are just passerbyers. This is more of an impulse purchase from what I can tell right away. Another thing that we can do, and I added this as well for all of you who actually want to go out there and use this cool little code. It's pretty simple, okay? So let me just go and delete this very quickly. Sorry about that. And you can copy that, and what's going to happen is if you go to Facebook, right? Take a look at this. And you just put in let's just do .myshopify.com. Oh, whoops, I clicked enter already. That might have messed things up for me. Plus necklace, okay? What you're going to go out there and see is all the public posts that have necklace and a Shopify store in them. So what this means over here is, take a look at this. 2 dogs, a sterling dog bone, necklace, and look at these engagements, okay? This is what I'm more interested in, is the engagements and seeing if people are interacting. So if I did the same thing, okay? Now if we go plus fidget spinner, I want to take a look if there's something that I can find. 253, June 11th. All right, so it's the 14th right now. 5 engagements, 1, 3. None of these are really catching my eye. The only real one that caught my eye was the one all the way at the top that had, a few hundred engagements. Now you're going to find a lot here, okay? I'm not even going to lie to you. You're going to find a lot, okay? Make sure the location is anywhere, posted by anyone, and you can find, oh man, you're gonna find so many different posts, obviously, because it's a trend. Everybody wants to be involved with it. However, what you can 100% do is keep on scrolling down, and you'll be able to find, okay, high engagement posts, and you take a look at exactly what they're selling. So obviously I'm not going to keep doing this, but you can keep on going down for days on end. And I literally mean that, days on end. Let's see, tag a friend with this fidget spinner. That's actually a really cool one. Pretty interesting. 4 engagements. As you can tell, there's always a bunch of different posts in here. A lot of them seem like this one right over here. Ashley seems to be a complete spammer, and she just goes crazy, okay, with her spam. So that's kind of pretty much what that seems to be like over here. But even if you wanted to just do spinner, now we have different engagements, and again, creative 3 LED lights fidget spinners. So again, that's pretty much what you can do as well. Now, the last thing that we're also going to be able to do is, let me just go over here, is go out and find different pages. But aside from finding different pages, what we can do is go to AliExpress and look at fidget spinners. Now, the reason why this is pretty cool and what I'm going to do for you right over here is take a look at this. Now, I would never suggest selling this. This is definitely infringed. But if you hover over these orders, right, and this is Oberlo, and this is something that I'll talk about when we actually create a store. It has 7,423 orders. Now, that is phenomenal, okay? That is absolutely incredible. 3,000 orders, 700 orders, all right? So these products have incredible amounts of orders. So that's telling me 9,000 orders with 4.6 stars. That is phenomenal. That's telling me that this product has a demand. If there are 9,000 orders just within AliExpress, that is insane. But here's the thing that not a lot of people realize, okay? Is you saw what I just did. I went to this supplier, and if you go ahead and you click right over here, store childhood dream work, you can actually find literally everything that they sell, and I mean everything. So this particular supplier is definitely the biggest infringed supplier I've ever seen. So I definitely wouldn't suggest more than anything going through them, but unless they are a retailer for these products, but I don't think they are. So their hottest sellers is the LED fidget spinner, but again, we can keep on going and finding different suppliers. So if we go over here, we can find different kind of like gadgets and whatnot just from one simple supplier. This is why I like using AliExpress to do a lot of my research, because again, if I click over here on the name, I might be open up to an entire new realm of fidget spinners or type of fidget spinners that I didn't even know existed. So orders 3, 9, 44, 1,701. So it seems like this one right over here is definitely the one that's performing the best as well. So when it comes down to it, this is how I'm doing my research. I'm going out there and I'm finding these products. Now, when you do research, I will admit it is a tedious task because you need to kind of keep cross-referencing between Amazon, eBay, Facebook, seeing if there's people actually posting actively with that particular product or a similar product in either groups, ads, whatever it is, and actually going out there and looking at AliExpress vendors as well. So it's very, very important when you're going and trying to find a product in a specific niche or any type of product in general, that you're going and doing your research beforehand to see if there's a market for them as well. Clearly, we know fidget spinners are doing really well. Now, again, if you were kind of to take the script and flip it, another way around, if you were to go and just search, let's just do plus dogs, right? Plus dogs, then we have these collars over here, and it seems like there's just a lot of spam. Do you spoil your dog enough? Get this seat cover. Okay, so if we click over here, a seat cover, dog seat cover, 94 engagements. Okay, so that's not terrible at all. We can keep on going and finding other posts as well. So let me just go over here. Oh, the shop is currently unavailable, unfortunately. So then we have so this one, like I said before, 2 dogs. This was pretty interesting. Hopefully this store is up. So again, this is another store that is currently selling, and you could tell they have engagements. Okay, they definitely have a lot of engagements on that particular post. And if you want to, you can even go out there. Oh, this is pretty cool, Snoopy fans, but it seems a little bit infringed. This art, okay, it's dog art. Okay, so again, this is kind of going a little bit broader. Now, if you really wanted to see in general what people are selling, you could just do .myshopify.com. So post from my group. So obviously this is my group. Anyone, it's kind of taking everything on Facebook over here. Okay, public post. Here it is. So these are different items that people are selling from their store. And again, you could take a look at the engagements. What's being sold over here? T-shirt crew. They're selling shirts. 1.4K. This one is Family Force 5.myshopify.com. All right, so that seems like a little bit of a brand, but you can take a look at what other people are selling and just go out there and pretty much do your research. Like I said before, download the cheat sheet, download the checklist, and go through it all, because it's really going to help you in the long term as well when you're going out there and you're doing your research. So the next thing we're going to go off of is, let's say we've done so much research and we know we want to get into fidget spinners. Now again, if you're watching this, I'm not suggesting you go into fidget spinners, but what I'm saying is you actually go out there, do your research, and if fidget spinners works for you, then great. But I'm going to show you how we're going to build a store around fidget spinners. So we're going to go out there, go through our checklist again, make sure we're following the rules here, because again, this is very systematic on what we're doing. So again, right now, make sure you're doing your research. Pause this video, do your research, come back so we can continue, or just simply watch it through, take notes, and make sure that you are doing the initial research to get this up and running. Because I tell everybody, every single one of my students, when you're going and building a house, do you build it on thin air? No, you do not. To build a house, you actually need to go out there and have a foundation to build on. Same thing with your e-commerce empire. For you to go out there and make a lot of money, you need to have a foundation. Okay, you need to actually build on something. You can't just start a store and say, yep, I'm gonna make $1 million tomorrow. Look, if it was that easy, we'd all be like Warren Buffett at this point, okay? So again, right now, do your research. Next part is actually setting up a store, getting our funnels created, and running Facebook ads to our funnels. So without any further ado, let's get there right now.